Come on, man.
Did you see the bottom
chill out
of
with
mental
that.
health and well-being
Love the
unknown?
white hair.
Oh, I love the whole Akuma thing. I'm loving that. What's going on, it's your boy Sinto with the Intel, and I got the incredibly talented Rakai in the building. What's going on with you, my guy?
Hello, Governor.
Yo, season finale. Scott Pilgrim has not disappointed. It's been ups and some downs, but overall, we are here and we're trying to see how this bad boy wraps up. Make sure you stay towards the very end because we're gonna have a little bit of a session to chop it up, see what we liked, what we didn't like, or a review, perhaps per se. So without any further ado, let's get started.
Extra butter, please. Keep going. Keep going. Okay.
Oh, he ain't going back ever. Look at this.
More. Stop. Okay. Now double that, and we're done.
He is trying to get his lifetime worth of calories in.
Oh, the first L. Oh.
Come on.
Evil X number 3, Todd Ingram, right? The vegan? Let's fight!
Me fight you over Ramona? Don't make me laugh. And I'm vegan no longer. I had a cheese plate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner today.
Hey.
You owe me a new tub of butter. I mean popcorn.
He's on some fat shit.
Dude, for your information, I've got a new obsessive love interest. Hey, you were Walter's roommate. Tell me everything. Where was he born? What is his middle name? Favorite vegetable?
Move on, Todd. I'm not interested in curds and whey.
Wow.
Sparks! Sparks!
There's no such thing.
Wow.
Got you strung out, man.
Yeah.
I had that dream again.
Wow. The cheek clappage was immaculate.
Changed him. He can never be the same again.
This is the biggest night of my career. I shouldn't even be wasting my voice on you. So
Well, look at this. Scott and Ramona together again.
So he's alive. Put her there, Pilgrim.
You didn't create a force field preventing me and Ramona from kissing, did you?
Scotty, that evil villain stuff is behind me. I've got jewels now.
We're just here to watch the show, you psychomaniac.
Yeah, right.
Come on, fellas. Don't make this about me. Let me tell you about Broadway bad boy Matthew.
Oh, there we go. Give us that action we've been looking for.
Hey, Evil X's. Do either of you know anything about this force field thingy, and would either of you like to fight about it?
Nope. Come on. Let's go watch a stupid musical about a stupid guy.
Huh?
Wait, nobody? We've ruled out all my exes.
What the hell? No
Deuce?
fights? No kissing? This finale sucks.
Again,
So far it is.
It was Scott himself from the future, which would be interesting to see because, older Scott would have wisdom and have experience on his side. But, of course, he's old. So, bad knee, bad back, don't have the stamina to fight. So.
He's really playing Scott.
Mogul! Titan evil!
Lover!
Fighter! Bread ain't all that.
This is hilarious.
Bread makes you fat.
What's wrong with that?
Uh-oh. There's the evil button. That's not a part of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where he's gonna meet his former self. The world versus Scott Pilgrim.
What the hell? Where are we?
Gotta be part of the show. Special effects are incredible.
Still not cool, Goose.
Enough.
Oh, looking like Akuma.
You got shoot.
No.
Yeah.
Even older.
Even older, 47. Come on, man. This
Did you
is
see the bottom
chill out
of
with
mental
that.
health and well-being
Love the
unknown?
white hair.
Oh, I love the whole Akuma thing. I'm loving that.
I explicitly told you to stay away from Ramona. But did you listen?
No!
He's ripped too. Old ass.
You'll find the AK fields they generate to be quite impenetrable.
AK fields?
Anti-kiss fields! My new memories are kind of fuzzy, but that made me realize all my plans were too complicated. It's time to do what I should have done in the first place.
I'm glad he acknowledged that. Like, we're getting too complicated.
So please, send the rest of us back first. We've got no beef with you.
What if I have a beef with you?
Hey, Scott, you super swole for an old man. You got that old man Logan swole.
I know.
Put him down, you old
Yeah, like ain't nothing else going on around, but I mean, he found time to do some core work. Like
After you left the future, and after old Wallace kicked me out, I began my training. For 10 years, I did nothing but study all of your skills, your strengths, your weaknesses, because there's only one way to end it.
Dang.
Me versus the world!
Is that what I gotta do to get in shape? I have to want to challenge my old self?
All of you! Me? I'm a good guy!
I mean, I
I've
feel
been
that,
living
but
like a
it
brick.
took 10 years. Like,
You sound just like my wife!
Scott Pilgrim versus everyone.
I love it. All right.
oh,
Okay. Ooh.
Ramona!
oh,
Are you okay?
He bust his own ass.
Got anything besides that hammer?
That bag is incredible.
It's time to chow down!
Oh, you want to fight, old Scotty P?
Ooh.
Oh. He's just out here hitting women.
You need to respect your elders. All fair in love and war!
Oh. Gave him the business.
Oh, the Mario Kart bonus boxes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He ate a mushroom. He got his vegan powers back. Ate some broccoli.
You skated on your face. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we on Dragon Ball.
Look at the punch!
Nope. Nope.
You get
old Scott about that life.
yeah.
Hey. Game over. I bet it took forever to animate that too. Hey, Super Dragon Punch, let's go.
What if he's right? He's you.
No, he's not.
I won't.
Scott, how can you be sure?
Because that's got to be with you.
That part. Oh, old Ramona?
Uh-huh.
10 years. 10 years! Not even a text? Then Wallace tells me you're training to go back in time and fight yourself?
Well, not just myself. A lot of people.
We hit one rough patch, and you go completely insane? Why are you in the past fighting?
Mm-hmm.
And a robot.
When you could have been fighting for us.
we were over.
That part.
Okay, wait. Back up. Are you saying that we weren't over? Are you saying that you still loved me?
At the time, yes. So what about me? You're telling me I should just skate on? Huh? Call it another failed experiment? Would that come as any surprise?
Some real talk being told to you by yourself to yourself. Look at that. Some personal responsibility. Go figure.
I'm done running. Huh? You. I choose you.
Super Ramona! It's just like Sonic the
2.
Hedgehog 3!
I mean 3.
I see that now. It's all the same. It's all beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, they're going to level up. Let's go.
Sparks.
Sparks.
That was a whole lot of TNT.
I like Matthew now.
Yeah, it sucks.
He said, I like Matthew now.
Oh!
So Knives is in the band now playing. Because, of course, she learned keyboards in 4 days. So.
Yeah.
Oh, so they wrote songs for Envy.
Ramona's still doing stunts.
Have you seen him Tokyo drift that thing? Young Neil is off the chain!
My speed, dude.
Winner of 27
Another
Tony Awards. And became a barista.
But the tips are good, and I do get to look at his butt all day.
How to redeem yourself.
Another Canadian abroad? Our French is terrible.
Was that the Nintendo dude? Or future Nintendo dude?
Smarts.
Oh, yellow and green this time, huh?
If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a cut down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you want to watch the whole thing with us uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Sintel. Become a member of this channel. You'll get access to the full uncut reaction, but you will need your own Netflix, HBO Max, or Disney Plus subscription so you can open up each episode in an adjacent window to our reaction. We'll give you a little time with a small reference video at the bottom of the screen to help you sync up the footage. And it'll be like you're watching it with your favorite pals from the internet.
Season 2 maybe? Okay, hold on, let me see if there's any more.
Okay. Back to season 1 where you did have NSA level security on everything.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So we got 1 through 8 done. The season finale came in with a bang. It banged in an interesting kind of way. I'm somewhat satisfied. I'm still interested with the series overall as a whole, and I am looking forward to season 2. But I think I still stand by, like, those first 4 episodes were absolutely amazing, and it set a tone that this conclusion to me still didn't meet, but it is still good. How are you feeling?
I think I have to agree. I think the first 4 episodes were absolutely incredible. I think episode 5 and 6 was okay. They were good. And then to finish it off, episodes 7 and 8 were great, but not as good as the first 4. So it ended off on a high note. It ended off really well. And overall, I can take the tone of, the last couple of episodes that this was a great series. It went from being amazing to being good to being pretty great. So I can see where online are saying that this is a really good series, again, really positive reviews, because it did end well.
Yes. Yeah, man. I agree that completely. The people are right. The people have spoken in large amounts. It's been getting really good ratings. I want to say on IMDb, let me take a look real quick. It'll take me a second. IMDb, it got an 8.1 with over 4,000 votes. And getting it over an 8 on IMDb is very difficult. I don't think I would give it an 8. I'd probably give it more of a 7. But that's not to say that's bad. 7s on IMDb are really good as well, but I can understand why people gave it an 8. I think one of the things that really stuck the landing was the final scene with Scott fighting himself, but they still took something old and slapped a new coat of paint on it, and instead of it being like fighting the dark version of Scott like they did in the movies, they did fight a dark version of Scott, but it was an older version of Scott, one that's been jaded and has kind of like lost his way, or still making childlike decisions like many of us still do. Even though you may be old in years, you can still make decisions that can seem childlike. And that was I thought that was like an interesting kind of spin to kind of put on it. And then, you know, there's always going to be complications in love no matter what stage you are in your life, and we saw that with the older version of Scott as well. At least that's what I kind of took from it. And then him still having to fight the evil exes, but just not in the way, once again, you know, taking what we want but redefining it. But so we got a chance to see Scott fight his evil exes again. It just wasn't the Scott that we started with. It was old jaded Scott, and they still gave us exceptional fight scenes. You know, there's just really cool bits of brilliance of how they redefine what you want. Like, he's gonna give you what you want, but it's not gonna be the way you want it.
I think the brilliance of episode 8 was, again, it played out in a very meta way, but different than before. That episode was The World versus Scott Pilgrim, which is a flip on the movie that we know, which was Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And like you said, the much older Scott Pilgrim is jaded, he's cynical, he's hurt. And when Super Ramona comes along and says that he's a mess, he is a mess, because it's even for him and for Ramona, which we find out, the way that people deal with problems, with conflict. She said, we got into one rough patch and look at what became of him. You know, even Super Ramona herself acknowledged, she's like, you know, we have a hard time saying I love you. We have a hard time. We run away from those things that we love. And just, you know, like, he thought that they were completely done, and she's like, dude, I said I just needed some space. And they had two completely different interpretations of the moment that they were in, where they had this conflict. And you know, that happens to us so much in real life. Conflict resolution is something else. And that's why people get paid big bucks to do it. And, you know, you think negotiating with hostages and terrorists is something, but negotiating with real people and real stakes in your real life is hard as hell. You know, and sometimes it's misunderstandings. They get blown way out of proportion. And one of my favorite sayings of all time is, you cannot fix the problems that you refuse to face. And a lot of times, you know, in our everyday relationships and situationships, we see that. And I think it was fantastic for Super Ramona sent Scott Pilgrim, the older Scott Pilgrim, back to the beginning of his 10-year training journey. Before he made the fatal mistake of spending 10 years just training to go back, instead of, you know what I'm saying? You go back to the beginning of that, call Ramona right now, say, I'm sorry, whatever, fix that. You're a mess, but there's enough time to fix a mess.
Yes.
You know, I thought that was wonderful.
I really enjoyed that line. There's enough time to fix a mess. Because all of us, every last one of us on this planet got something that needs to be fixed. So it is, I try to take something from art, TV, music, movies, or whatever it is, and try and use it to help me see another angle of how I can fix my mess. And for those of you in the comments that are still trying to fix their messes as well, let us know what you think. Did the ending stick the landing for you? Were you happy with the whole progress from A to B? Are you excited about season 2? Let us know what you were maybe even disappointed in. Maybe some of the characters didn't get enough clock. I thought the characters got a lot of clock, but maybe there's somebody who didn't, and maybe why. Do you have anything to conclude regarding the series as a whole?
I mean, I think it's one of those things that what I enjoy about this so much is that I had no idea what to expect, but coming in, having seen the movie, being vaguely familiar with the graphic novel, I thought I knew what I was getting, and we learned really quick in episodes, the beginning of this. No, whatever you thought this was going to be, it wasn't that. And the journey they took us on along the way, I had no idea where it was going, but I am pleasantly surprised that they were able to surprise me. Even in some of the parts that I could pick out and be like, you know what, I bet it's this and I bet it's that or whatever. Some of that was a little bit true, but mostly it was not. And they kept surprising me as a series. I thought that this was done really well. You can tell it was done from a place of love. To be able to take a familiar story with all these great characters and great stuff and not make it so one note. Like even Scott himself in the movie, I thought that he was very one note, but I enjoyed it. In this, with his older self and then his much older self, he was not one note. And I thought that I did miss him in the middle parts because I wanted to see some fighting, but to see the way that this story wrapped up and why it got to the place it got to, I was pleasantly surprised. So I think if I was giving it a rating, 8.1 seems fair to me.
Yeah. Okay. Man, a lot of what you said. I think in this day and age, in order to take an intellectual property and IP and slap a new paint code on it so that the people watching it again feel refreshed, I don't think that's an easy task to do. Well, at least not an easy task to do successfully. And we got done listing all of the different mediums. We've seen Scott Pilgrim, the graphic novel, Scott Pilgrim, the game, let me rewind that. We start by Scott Pilgrim, the graphic novel, which is excellent. Scott Pilgrim, the game, which is excellent. Scott Pilgrim, the movie, which is excellent. And then we get a chance to see the meta reborn again within, the TV show, because we got a chance to see or hear about Scott Pilgrim, the book that was made, Scott Pilgrim, the screenplay that was done, Scott Pilgrim, the playwright that was done. So I love how aware of itself is, and it also pokes fun at itself and also realizes the difficulties. Like, it's very, very meta. It's one of those things that, you could probably sit down with, with a joint and just really just break down all of the things, all of the subtle things that are being said. And I really appreciate that. That is just artistic excellence. Like some of the things that I may have complained about that may not have stuck does not in any way overshadow the fact that this is artistic excellence. It really is.
It was. I mean, you talk about the meta and what they showed us in this show. We got the book, we got the failed movie, we got the musical, on Broadway on stage. We got the behind the scenes documentary. I mean,
yeah,
it was aware of itself. Is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and this is a surprise. I can't even imagine where you could even go with a second season, but I am all on board for it. And let us know if you're all on board for it as well. Hey, Rakai, go ahead and let the people know how they can get in contact with you, man.
on all socials at DiamondMynd, DiamondMynd. It's all about this right here.
Don't worry if you can catch all that. There'll be a link in the description for that. And I want to get a huge, gigantic shout out to the Geekish Network, which is considered home for the both of us. We've spent significant time there because it's a great place to learn about geek culture from people that look like us. If you're interested, please check out the Geekish Network. There'll be a link in the description for that. And most importantly, I want to thank you all for hanging out with us for the past 8 episodes, through the ups, through the downs, through the confusions, and through the very satisfying ending that it did give us. Thank you all for the comments. Thank you all for not putting too many spoilers in it. And we are looking forward to catching you all on the next project. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscription button. And of course, give us that thumbs up because that's how the people know you're digging what we're giving you. So with that being said, we'll catch you on the next one. I'll take it easy. Peace.